Hi, this is Sam from Rick Jones Pianos. We're here with an unusual piano. This is a grand piano, 6 foot 6 inches in length, made by Kawai in 1989. It has the unusual model designation of R-1. Now, Kawai's main line of grand pianos at the time, and for about 2 decades previous to this time, was the KG series, and the standard version Kawai Grand in this size would have been a KG5. KG3 would be a 6'1" piano. KG6 and 7 were 7-foot pianos, 7'4". This is in between at a 6'6". So it's about the same size as Yamaha C5, or G5 for that matter. But part of Kawai's evolution, especially in the beginning in the 1980s, was introducing sort of upgraded models with different scale designs, the way the strings were arranged with respect to the bridges in the soundboard, how the plate was shaped, where along the length of the string the hammer hit. When you tweak those proportions, you get a different sound. Sometimes it's a good sound, sometimes it's not a good sound, and that's part of their research, trying to find a better sound than what they already had. And this was one such upgraded version. They don't seem to have made many of this model. We don't get them in that often. We think it's a predecessor to the RX series pianos. The RX series not having been started until around 1996. This came a few years before that. But their first upgraded series was a GS series. We get a lot of those. They also had CA for concert artist series. Later in the 1980s, they also had NX series, which was, they were trying to, all these different designs trying to get a more intense, more musically lyrical, rewarding sound. And this was one such example. I believe they also made an R2, which was a bigger 7-foot piano in this same series. But overall, it's an upscale Kawai Grand, upgraded in design over the equivalent baseline model of KG5 that would have been made at the time. And I think it shows. It's a really intense sound. It really comes alive when you want to bring out individual notes of a melody, lines of melody. You can really bring them out. But then you can calm everything else down. The accompaniment to be very soft produces a really dramatic musical result. I think it's quite rewarding, and not that the KG series can't do that, it's just that this would do a little bit better with that. It's for those who really want a little bit of a subtle upgrade over the standard issue grand piano. Having said that, on this piano I would rate the tone pretty much in the middle out of 5. It sounds bright when you want to play louder, but as I said, it's capable of great subtlety when you want to play softly. So it can get really soft when you want to play softly. So with that range of dynamics available to you, and this, to me, in my mind, this is a very wide range of dynamics available in this piano, in my opinion. You're able to get really soft to much louder, and then you also got a really deep bass. On this piano, so whatever music you want to play on it, this piano will make it sound good for you. So I put the tune right in the middle out of 5, neutral on a scale from 1 to 10. Now the touch is distinctly firm. It's not untenably firm. You feel the resistance when you press down the keys. This is relatively consistent with Kawai Grands, especially the upgraded versions like CA series, NX, R series, which we don't really know as much about. And then the RX series that eventually grew out of this and other models. They tend to run a little firm. So this is very much consistent with that. I would rate the touch a 6 on the scale from 1 to 10. A little bit on the firm side. But we've already done some regulation on it. It's very smooth, very responsive. So you don't have any inconsistencies of getting one note to sound like another note. It all feels even. But it is distinctly firm. So I would rate it a 6 on the scale from 1 to 10. Now the middle pedal, it operates a sostenuto. This is you can expect to find a sostenuto on any upscale grand piano made since the 50s. And most large grand pianos we get made by Kawai have the sostenuto middle pedal. What you can do is hold down notes with your hand that you would like to sustain to the exclusion of the rest of the notes on the keyboard. And while still holding them down, you would use your left foot, customarily, to press the middle pedal. Now, none of the other notes will be sustained once you leave your hand from the key, except for the ones that you already selected. So, if you have sheet music that calls for it, it's hard to get around not having that pedal. So this one has it. Anyway, definitely stop by if you can and try out this piano for yourself. You're welcome to play anything in our inventory that has a keyboard working in it. Otherwise, you can give us a call or send us an email. Thanks.